Hello, hello. It is Emily again, and if you cannot tell, I am back in the United States right now. I'm actually on ISU's campus, as you can maybe see, Milner in the background over there. But yeah, so I got back a couple weeks ago, and yeah, already I'm definitely seeing some impacts of this trip, but let me tell you, um, so the flight back, oh Lord, it was horrible. I mean, I was just by myself the whole time, and it ended up taking me 36 hours to actually get back home. Well, over actually, but just a lot of layovers and a lot of waiting, to catch a bus back to like normal, that type of thing. So I was pretty frazzled. It was safe to say by the time that I did get back to Bloomington normal. But the very first thing I did as soon as I got back, my mom and my sister were there to pick me up. It was really cute. But we went to Famous Dave's, because I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but they have, I'm pretty sure, like the best barbecue ribs in the world. So yeah, we definitely indulged in some of that. And then after that, I went home and I like slept for a solid I don't even know 48 hours maybe. Yeah. So that was pretty crazy. So I did sleep a while, but after I, woke up from my little brief hibernation period, I did have a lot of time to reflect. Everybody else was taking classes, so I wasn't really busy doing a lot of anything. So I did do a lot of reflecting, and I think I noticed it. I don't know. I was never really a negative person, but like I definitely feel that I've become a more positive person, and like really taking more things like not for granted anymore. Like if I'm enjoying like the little things, and ever since that trip. So I don't know if that was like as a direct result of the trip or what, but I don't know, just relishing every friendship, because just like in Costa Rica, like I did make a lot of friendships, but you just had to make the most of the time with them, because you don't know when you're gonna be seeing them again. Just like when I came back here, I had to say goodbye to a lot of my friends who were graduating. It can be pretty sad, but that's all right. Yeah. Some people ask me like are you missing Costa Rica? Like what's like what are you feeling now that you got back? And honestly, when I first got back, I really wasn't like people like as soon as I got back to the United States, they're like, oh my gosh, I missed this, and I'm like, I didn't feel that immediately. Of course, it's gonna take time for like the missing, like it's gonna kick in, and it has like a little bit. But when I first got back, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like I missed this part about, because like for me, it was just, I feel like it was two different lives. You know what I mean? Like almost two different books. Like I have my my life in America, and then I have my life in Costa Rica, and everybody in America, everybody in America is separate from everybody in Costa Rica. Like nobody in my American life knew anybody in my Costa Rican life. So it honestly just felt like I was closing my American life book and opening up my Costa Rican book. And when the time came to leave Costa Rica, it was almost like I was just closing that book and picking back up where I left off in my American life. So that's how I kind of look at it. But now, like I say, like I am starting to miss my friends as I'm looking like through pictures. I'm like that was fun, But I'm just definitely trying to get back into the swing of things here. Working, getting some money, because I definitely indulged in Costa Rica quite a bit. But yeah. How has my opinion of American culture changed? Like I said, I mean, not a lot. Like, it's not like, I mean, like I definitely feel like, whenever you're growing up, when you're a kid, you're taught, America's like the best country, nothing wrong with us at all, but like, now you start to see some of like the stereotypes of Americans after, you know, being like listening to them in Costa Rica. So I have definitely started to see that, and I'm noticing that, you know, we do have rather large portion sizes and that sort of thing. But overall, I really do think that being in Costa Rica just made me, I don't know, have like a more open, more what's the word? How do you even say that? Like more of an open mind to people, like stop being so narrow-minded and prejudicing other people before you really get to know them. Yeah, I've definitely noticed myself, like whenever, you know, like you partake in some gossip, like I'm sure we all do, you know, before, you know, judging somebody, to get the whole side of the story, like to get both sides before you really make a judgment on anything. And I really do think that's comes from, you know, being with people from such a different way of life, you know, because of course I had some prejudices against, you know, them before I came and like really got to know them, you know, like it was just with any Central American people. But you know, if you put all those differences aside and really just focus on, you know, what makes us so similar, and like that's just really what should matter, and then you end up making, you know, the best relationships ever, and instead of like fighting, you could just be like having a great time with them. So that's what I've just really been focusing on, and it's definitely carried through over to my life here in America. And honestly, just to, you know, wrap it all up, I strongly encourage, you know, studying abroad, as everybody does. Yes, to find yourself, but honestly, it just gives you a wider perspective of life, you know, not such a just, because I've lived in Central America my whole life. I've barely even been out of the state, but, you know, just seeing something in such a different light and a just completely different group of people, like, it really does open up your mind and your horizons, and what more could you want, honestly? But yeah, so with that, I'm just gonna sign off until my next and final video. So bye bye.